Welcome back to this week's Ohio Tech Report, another exciting week for tech and innovation in the Buckeye State. And our first story is actually going to be about American innovation, but it's happening here in Ohio. But before we do that, this week's special guest is Steve Hearst from Accent. And Steve, I believe this is your first time being a guest co-host on the Ohio Tech Report. So welcome. And if you could, share us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Thanks, Chris. Glad to be here. Accent, we're a telecommunications provider here in Central Ohio, and I actually manage the direct sales and our channel program. So we have partners that resell our services across the country, headquartered here in Columbus, Ohio.
Awesome. Well, Steve, thanks for all you guys do. Chris, the whole team, we greatly appreciate it. Both Steve and Accent are tagged, so be sure to give them a follow and check out more on their work and shoot Steve a note to introduce yourself and let him know that you like today's conversation. But we'll dive into our first story of the day, and this is a big one. We've heard about it a million times, but it's Intel, it's the CHIPS Act, but this is timely because it's officially official. President Joe Biden signed a $280 billion CHIPS Act in an American boost to our competition against China. And so this was at the White House. And I have heard, Steve, that a bunch of Ohio folks were there. I saw some different photos from folks, and I saw, I believe, the Cleveland mayor, Justin Bibb, and a couple other people from Central Ohio. So Cleveland, Central Ohio. And I love that theme because it's coming to Central Ohio, it's coming to Licking County, but it's really an opportunity for the entire state. And so I love this story. It's officially official.
Yeah, I love this story too. It's so exciting. I actually grew up in Cleveland, and to see where it's grown and where it's matured, this act specifically is helping put Cleveland, but all of Ohio on the map. And if it really wasn't Intel really built it up, they really pushed the sled forward. And of course, we finally got the guys down in DC to actually do something for that. And to have it happen this week was incredible. It's amazing though. A lot of businesses have seen that this is the place to be, and now is happening, especially with this CHIPS Act, when we're able to actually get ahead of where we've been in chipsets and microcomputers. Excuse me.
Microchips
is what I wanted to say.
Yeah,
going on in my head. And
no, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. When you think about where we've been behind the eight ball, this is really going to help us leapfrog into the 21st century finally, because for how long have we been lagging behind and no one's ever done anything? But now we're investing in the community, our community directly, but in the United States, to be able to lead the marketplace and not have an issue like we had recently with the chip shortages for all the different products that we have out there.
Yeah, and I love that. The themes of, Congress finally working together to get something done. It's American manufacturing. It's happening here in Ohio. And again, as you said, Cleveland to Columbus to Cincinnati and everywhere in between. This is not just a one city or one county opportunity. This is frankly an American opportunity, but for us, it's special to be happening.
It's close to home here. It's very close to home here.
Yeah. Absolutely, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to go to story number 2, Steve, which is on another important topic I know to you and a bunch of other tech pros across the state. But this is around workforce. And right now, the state of Ohio has a computer science plan that they are asking for public comment and input on. There is a state computer on computer science. They're nearing completion of this. And so they've opened it up through Wednesday, August 17th at basically midnight. It takes about less than 15 minutes to complete. We'll put it in the comments. But this is a great way to take something that a bunch of tech pros and government have been working on, but making sure that the tech community has their input. And that's something that we believe deeply in, connecting tech and government. And so it's a big thing. And I know workforce is huge to businesses like yours.
Yes, it's especially business like ours. As our technologies continues to change in telecommunications, we're always looking for young talent that's going to keep us relevant in the marketplace. And we've spent a lot of money and a lot of resources bringing in new, fresh talent into our organization. I was just in a meeting today looking for another intern. So we tap into the local universities, Ohio University, Miami University, of course, OSU, looking for young talent. And we need younger talent than that. I don't want just college kids. We actually need people in middle school and high school to actually take an interest. And this new act, the act that's going to happen here in Ohio, to be able to have a voice to tell the government what we actually need, this is really helpful. And I took a look at that survey today. a lot of different areas that you can have a voice and see exactly what we need in the marketplace. And one of them I appreciated was marketing. We need more marketing so that people understand what we're actually talking about here. It's not just some off in the distance act that's going to influence just a few people. We actually need to let the parents know. We actually need to let the kids know what this actually means for them. And computer science is huge. And we're close to the same age. I don't know how old you are, but when you think about it, if we had this opportunity, where would we be?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so to get our kids involved with this, especially so they can get excited about something and not think that this is everything's not just social media, right?
Right. Yep. No, 100%. Yeah. There's a ton of diversity to types of jobs. And you're right. It's about access and getting kids and students in early. And there's actually two great internship programs. Ohio X, we're going to be promoting a few of those up and coming. One is, I'll plug here for those watching, the state of Ohio's diversity and inclusion tech internship program. And that reimburses employers for helping build that pipeline. That's kind of college students. But there's a second one for high school students. And your point, Steve, of building that pipeline earlier, that the state of Ohio is really active in and passionate. That's a bit earlier. So it's kind of getting proven, and there's a couple different companies that are doing some cool stuff, which we'll have some more news on to share a bit sooner. But absolutely, computer science is so vitally important. We'll dive into story number 3 as we have a couple minutes left. Steve, we'll kind of go through quickly on this one because I want to save some time on the back end for you and to hear more about Accent. But this is up in the Mahoning Valley area, Voltage Valley, for those that may have heard that moniker. But Foxconn, they are building an autonomous electric tractors at their Ohio facility. So they're out of Taiwan, but they're building them here in the U.S. and in the Mahoning Valley. The world's largest contract electronics maker said this week that they're going to build driverless electric tractors for a California-based company at their Lordstown, Ohio facility starting in early 2023. And I love the story again because it's something that kind of the future of manufacturing and auto, something that Ohio has been great at. And so, Steve, I'll turn it over to you for any kind of quick comment on this one. But we have just about 60 seconds left. So if you want to kind of talk about this, but really, how can people learn more about Accent, learn more about you, connect, and what are you all seeing and have coming up?
Yeah. So real quick on the Foxconn, I love that this is happening. Electrification, autonomous vehicles.
Yeah, I know you're big into it.
I am. Yeah. I am into it. Here at Accent, we specialize in telecommunications. So phone service is what most people think of, but it involves much more than that today. And so computer technology, apps like we have now on video, all these things working together. We actually developed a platform that we've developed, that we have instituted, and we're able to sell across the country. So I've got direct team, and we've got some partners across the country to help us resell this service. Headquartered here in Columbus, great place to be for the last 32 years.
Wow.
We've been in business.
That's awesome. And I know, as you mentioned, you're hiring interns. I actually met the other day one of your newer employees, Logan, another Ohio University graduate. So
yes, he is.
Yeah, love what you and the team are doing. It's an exciting time for tech in the state. But Steve, thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the Ohio Tech Report. Thanks for all you and Accent do and your partnership with us. I'm sure we'll be having you back on soon, but everyone, I want to thank you for tuning in. Again, give Steve and Accent a follow on LinkedIn, shoot him a message, but have a great weekend, everyone, and we'll talk to you all next week. Bye-bye.